Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. This is your first time? Welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Today we're getting back into the Husqvarna. I think it was the last video on this GT52 XLS that we discussed the fact that the blades were the worst I'd seen. Well, we've got less than 10 hours on it now, and the blades are looking like they did before. So this is going to be an intro for a long-term testing. I want to test mower blades on this tractor and see which ones last the longest. So this is going to be, like I said, a long-term test. This could take years to accomplish. So if you have any suggestions on blades that you'd like to see me run, or blades that you'd like to see used, please leave them in the comments down below. That way we can use what everyone else is using. I'm not sure now what the present blades on here are. I believe they're the Oregons or the Chinese knockoff version, but they didn't last. So I'm going to go ahead, pull those blades off, stick the new blades on. Alright, so here's the blades. You can see they're pretty well snockered. These haven't been sharpened. I literally put these on and ran them. The scratches there from me trying to get this one blade off. But we're going to replace them with a set of 810 blades. I bought these off Amazon. I got a 6-pack, so when I get into fall cleanup, I'm going to probably switch out the blades so that we're not cutting sticks and leaves and all that stuff that I usually suck up with the mower. So we'll go ahead and put different blades on, that way we can get an accurate description. Although, now that I think of it, I might just leave the blades on, because we're trying to find out the best blade, how many hours it takes in my yard to get it down to that. Alright, this video just changed up a little bit. Got into it yesterday and found out that I have a spindle that's bad on the side of the mower. So my local Husqvarna dealership had a spindle in stock, so I had to go up there and get that. Then I ended up having to grab some other stuff while I was out. So this is not going to be a start video anymore. This is going to be a repair video, and I'm also going to show you why, or show you something on why the spindle failed, and we'll go over that in just a minute. Alright, if you look at this one, see how these have nice clean edges on them? This is my old one. If you notice, the shoulders are rounded over. The reason for that is this new part here. I noticed the other two had this on it, but this one didn't. So this screws into here. Sorry, let's get that out of the way. screws into here and holds the blade in. The problem is, this is what was on it. So this is a flat washer versus a cone washer. What ended up happening, let me grab the old blade. What ended up happening, you can actually see here on the blade where it shined up. So this was not sitting all the way in. Let's see if I can get it here. Yeah. See, even now, this is the original blade. This is how it was sitting. So it was pinched between the two. It wasn't actually sitting on these shoulders where the blade would be flush. So that was probably partially my fault, partially the fact I didn't have the right hardware. So what we're going to do now is we're going to install a new spindle. And side note, when we're trying to remove this nut, use an impact. If you don't use an impact, there's a good chance you're going to strip out the pulley. This is just a stamp pulley. In fact, you can see where it was rubbing badly. So those teeth are very fragile. If you try to hold this and take that off, you're going to strip out the pulley. So if you don't have an impact, just go ahead and order another pulley. Ask me how I know. Real quick before I finish up, that way I have something to go off of. These 810 blades I am putting on at 162.1 hours. So let's see how many hours it takes to eat them up. So as discussed, I talked with the garage that I buy parts from, and they said this is actually quite common in our area. The reason behind it is because of our high sand content. It just basically, same thing as a blasting cabinet. It just blasts the edges right off everything. I think that's part of it. I think part of it is I mow everything. Pick up sticks, nah, need to mulch it, need more topsoil so we can get rid of some of the sand. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, after talking with them, they have multiple different types, styles, and hardnesses of blades. We're starting with the 810 from Amazon. I will let you know in a future video how that does. And then what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to buy the cheapest off-the-shelf blade I can find, and I'm probably going to buy the most expensive. If I can find a particular brand, like Oregon, that has a $40 set of blades and a $90 set of blades and a $140 set of blades, if I can find multiple costs within the same brand, I'm going to get the cheapest and the most expensive and compare those, as well as I'm going to compare them to more expensive lawnmower blades. I'm going to try to do a mix. This is going to be over a long-term thing though, so don't expect another video on this for at least a year. My outside blade on the mower deck takes the most abuse. This is the inside blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking, let's see if you can see this here. If you look at this blade, there's a dish where this is almost worn through, like this one already has. So I'm going to run these blades. Before I start the mower, I'm going to check the outside blade that gets the most wear and see what the end of this blade looks like. When it gets to this position here where I got deep pitting and the end is starting to wear off the back, I'm gonna call it. I'll give you my top 3. Out of those top 3, we'll go back and do a second test, and who knows, maybe with our soil there won't be any second test. Maybe a $40 set of blade and a $400 set of blades wears the same. I don't know. That's why I'm doing this. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.